What's up YouTube, this is Tubedigga. In this video I'm going to demonstrate the latest live set that I've programmed for the Akai Force. In my opinion, this is the most efficient and effective way to use the machine for this purpose because it incorporates both pre-programmed content that I can interact with on the spot and also large audio files that I can stream from disk, whether they're my own full-length compositions or other music that I've downloaded from the internet. This is done via what I'm calling virtual DJ decks, which are simply just two clips which can play back any type of music at the end of this set and perfectly blend and mix and beat match with each other and the pre-programmed content included in this project. And if you don't want to play back music that's all at the same tempo, you can just stream in any audio files at any BPM and this will still work, and you can just simply use the crossfader for classic volume transitions. Now, I've played this live set out a few times over the last several months at various different venues in London, and every single time the crowds loved it, the guys that are running the night have loved it, I've had a great time, and the machine itself has performed absolutely flawlessly, even in the most sweat and condensation filled club rooms at 3 AM in the morning. I've not had a single problem with the Akai Force. A lot of that is down to my RAM usage. As you can see for this project, it's shockingly low at 24% RAM. This next clip that I'm going to show you is my last live performance where I played down at London's finest urban music record shop, Planet Wax in New Cross, South East London. It went down a treat. As you can see, the crowd absolutely loved it. So big up to the guys down at Planet Wax. That's Chris, Ben and Lewis. Big up yourselves every single time. Now, before I play you back the set, I'm going to give you a brief overview of how I've set everything up. But if you're interested in fully detailed tutorial videos, I'm pleased to announce the Akai Force Live Performance Masterclass, which is now available at courses.tubedigga.com/Akai Force Masterclass. If you're interested in that, please head over there now. All the links for it are in the description. And if you'd like private lessons with myself over Zoom, please contact me at tubedigga@gmail.com for more details. So I'll just give you a brief description of how the project is set up before playing it. So I've got 8 tracks in total. As you can see, this is the maximum amount of tracks you can see in one view on the Force screen without having to scroll across to view additional tracks. Now, this wasn't a conscious decision, but undoubtedly it was beneficial as it cut out an extra step for me to think about when I was playing live. So it's completely up to you if you want to go beyond 8 tracks, but you will have to use your arrow keys just to scroll across to the right to see any additional tracks that aren't in view. But in fact, as you can see, I've got 3 sound effects tracks, which are drum programs, but I could have easily condensed the samples assigned to them down to 1 sound effects track. But I personally wanted a bit of flexibility with these particular tracks because the first one has programmed melodic content in it. The second one also has a few clips that have got content from it that are programmed. But the third sound effects track I've got was for live interaction. So this set is very much about performing live with the machine and not being a kind of boring laptop DJ set where my neck is just craned over the laptop screen. I'm just pressing buttons and not really interacting with the crowd. So a lot of that is to do with the sound effects that I've got programmed, or the insert effects that I've got programmed, and how I can interact with them. So what I've used are the pads in macro mode. So if we go to macro mode just quickly, as you can see, you can assign different effects parameters, or different parameters, whatever they are, to the different pads. So you basically press and hold the notes button and the knobs button at the same time, and it puts it into this mode where the top 2 pad quadrants become effect launchers on the pads. And this is just an amazing feature. So I can do beat repeats from here. I've got my knobs also set up to do filtering and I've got delays being triggered and all kinds of stuff, and you'll just hear it in the set in a moment when I play it back to you. So this is an integral part of this being a really interactive and expansive set. So just to go back to the tracks, I've got 2 breaks tracks. So my first breaks track is my main breaks going throughout the set. So these are just very simple short drum loops that, again, I can make sound more interesting and evolving and expansive via the effects and the way that I'm triggering them in the clips that I've programmed them into. And I've got a second breaks track, and as you can see, these are assigned to A and B for the crossfader, so I can do classic DJ style cutting and fading with the 2 breaks tracks. Next to that, I've got my bass track. So these are just bass lines I've programmed from one-shot basses that I've assigned to a drum program, and then I'm just using 16 levels in tuning mode to create bass lines all throughout the set. Got my 3 sound effects tracks, which I've explained to you. And the last 2 tracks, you can see I've labeled deck 1 and deck 2. These are my virtual DJ tracks. And if we just scroll down to the very end of the set, you can see I've just got 2 clips here. And these can accommodate full-length productions. So what I'm doing is I'm playing through my live set and all the interactive content on my first 6 tracks. And then these last 2 tracks, I can launch full-length songs. And obviously the great thing about the Force is that you can stream from disk. So this takes up no additional RAM. So you can go on for like nearly 3 hours with this set easily with the program content alongside any full-length tracks. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just triggering them from a clip that is 256 bars long. So I've got enough time to accommodate my tracks in particular, which most of them are 256 bars long. And these will be perfectly in sync. I have obviously edited these in Ableton outside of the Force just to make sure they're perfectly chopped from start to finish and they won't fall out of time. So these mix perfectly with each other, and they also beat sync and match perfectly with all the program content with my tracks that I've programmed into this set.